All right, welcome back. So for this lesson, we're going to be talking about the strategy for how to handle the integrated task 4. And this is the one where you listen to a short part of a lecture, and then you have to give a summary of that lecture. So in the last video, I summarized this particular task and what you have to do to handle this task and what to expect. On this page, I summarized it a little bit to condense it. And here, I say that your task is to simply take good notes on the main idea or topic and the supporting details or subtopics. Now, in the previous lesson and on the introductory page, I didn't use the term subtopics. I use them here because a lot of times the term supporting details might not be the best description. Sometimes what would be normally like the supporting details from like the reading passages in the reading section or the listening files in the listening section, sometimes those are actually subtopics of the main topic. But essentially, it's the same thing. The main idea or topic, supporting details or subtopics. And then, of course, with each of those supporting details or subtopics, there's usually either an example of that or some sort of an explanation. And those are the things that you have to take notes on. All right, so let's go over the strategy. So in the strategy for this one, as with the other ones, when you're listening to the directions being spoken to you, since you'll already know what you have to do for this one, you can take this time to just take a few deep breaths and relax. Now, when you're taking notes, you first write down what the main topic or main subject is. That will usually not be the first thing that the person says. Sometimes there'll be some introductory conversation. In the example that we had on this page, they went right into it. Now that I wanted to do the example here because it's a really good example of the structure. So I want you to be able to see how to use the structure of the example to take your notes, and that way you will know how to look for the same type of information when you have an example which might be a little bit more obscure. In other words, they might not say the main idea or topic right away. There might be some conversation before they actually talk about what the main topic is. But when they do state what that main topic is, it will be clear and you'll understand what is the main topic. And then, of course, they will usually tell you what the subtopics are or what the supporting details are before they actually talk about them. Like with this example here, she stated that the topic was going to be the determining initial price, and she even said this is done in 2 different ways. So those 2 ways are the first and the second subtopic or supporting details. So those are the things that you need to look out for. So let's take a look at this. Now, if you listen to this, you'll see that the notes that I have down here are directly related to what they spoke about here. Now, if you're watching this video on YouTube, then you obviously can't hear this, but at least you see, in the way that we break these lessons down, that I show you exactly how to take the notes so that you can have a perfect response like I put into this one right here. So first of all, the main topic was about determining initial price. And then she clearly stated this is done in 2 ways. Okay, the first one is to set prices high and then lower them, and then give some explanations about why that's advantageous. And if this was a different example, maybe they would talk about the good things and the bad things about each one. The second one, she's talking about why some people set the price low and what the advantages of that are. So when you finally get to the point of speaking about this, there's probably going to be a lot of extra information that's written down on your notes that you don't need to speak about. If it's obvious that you don't need to speak about it, you can take that time to cross out that irrelevant information. That way it doesn't distract you when you're speaking. And then when giving your response, just follow your notes. And if you're in the course, when you're listening to this example response, look at the notes to see how I spoke just by using the notes. And so just follow the strategy as we have outlined here. Make sure you practice really well. Listen to the example that I have right here, which gives you a good idea of how to structure your response. And that's pretty much it for the strategy. Do that and you'll nail it. So thank you for stopping by, and we will see you in the next lesson.